Happy Friday, ladies and gents. This is the BCS, the Bet Champ Show, NBA Player Prop Morning Edition. We get the early lines out to you guys as soon as we can. How are we feeling today, Sach man?
Not feeling too good. It was a bad night last night. Kind of took away a lot of our work the past 2 days on the 6-2 run, but it's gambling. It happens. It kind of sucks though, bro, because like two of the plays that I really like to run, those props don't come out till later in the day, especially with I like to do Jared Vanderbilt over 4.5 points almost every night. And with the Lakers, those lines don't come out until an hour before game time because thing one and thing two on LeBron and AD, they're on game time decision every goddamn game.
Right.
So they don't give any props out, but I mean, we have to work with what we got to work with to get the early lines out to people. So stuff like that, kind of sucks before game time, but that's why we tell people to follow the socials in case anything changes or we want to add. But everyone in our messaging group, they get it. So no, we just need to go into the weekend strong.
Yeah, we got to push through, guys. There's always going to be a bump in the road. It's sports gambling. There's going to be a day that doesn't hit right, but we're always going to bounce back. It's consistency, it's variance in this game. You got to stay consistent and whatnot. And we're going to bounce back today. This is our bounce back day. And yeah, like Sach said, we're going into this weekend feeling good. So let's get her going.
Yeah, so my first play, I'm going to go in the Charlotte Hornets and the Houston Rockets game. And I'm going with a guy that I've already gone with, and his line is still the same. And I'm going to go Brandon Miller once again, over 17.5 points at minus 120. He just was at 17.5 again the other night. He scored 23. Scored 23 plus in 4 straight games. And, I mean, Houston's one of the better teams in the league with points. They're kind of middle of the pack. But, I mean, I think if Vegas isn't going to catch up to his line again, I think it's not going to stay at 17.5 very long,
right,
with the way he's been playing. So I'm kind of in the mood to catch it while you can, while it's still low until they change it. I feel like his line's going to start peeing at 19.5, 20.5 points real soon. Like we said last time, with the departure of Terry Rozier, a lot of his usage is going to spike.
Right.
Through the roof. And the thing is with he scored 23 last game against the Pistons, and he had that in the third quarter alone. So he actually didn't score in the fourth quarter. He could have gone for 30 plus for sure. Still taking a high volume of shots. Last game was the first game without Terry, and he shot the ball 17 times, and he shot 10 3-pointers and made 5 of them. So, I mean, that coaching staff is telling, him to pull the ball every time he gets it, try to score every time you get it. His usage, they just want him to get that consistency in his rookie year. Hornets aren't going anywhere, so yeah, they're just trying to get these young guys going, and that's why they moved on from Terry. So, like I said, Brandon Miller over 17.5 points at minus 120 will be my first play, and I'm gonna just roll with the hot hand on this one.
Yeah, got to roll with the hot hand. Love it there. Yeah, get some more usage out of him with Scary Terry now gone. Whatnot. I like it, Sach. I'm going to roll over to the Suns versus Pacers game. I see this game. There's going to be a lot of action in this one. A little battle here. Pacers are really good, man, especially making the move for Siakam and whatnot. They're just a fast team. They move the ball well. Suns are too, though. Suns got a lot of weapons over here, so this is going to be a dual matchup, a dog fight. And I'm going with a guy who can grab some boards on this one. He has hit this in 6 out of his last 10 games. However, he hasn't hit this in the last 2 games, though, which I really like because this is where you bounce up here on this Friday. I'm going with Big Nurk. I'm going with Nurkic over 10.5 rebounds tonight at minus 120. Like I said, this is just going to be a dog fight. You can see this game coming down to the wire, and possessions matter here. So I like the guy who's going to be grabbing the ball under the rim. So, again, I'm going with Nurkic over 10.5 rebounds at minus 120. 20. I'm gonna lock that in.
How many rebounds did he have last game?
Let me see. Keep going. Let me see real quick.
Okay, because I know I was looking at Nurkic last game, or I was looking at a Nurkic halftime bet when they were playing the Suns the other night, I think. Or no, who was I looking at? They were playing someone, but Nurkic didn't even play in like the fourth quarter because they were just winning by so much. So, I mean, I would expect this game.
Yeah, last game he had 5.
Okay, yeah, I would expect this game to be a little closer than that last game.
Yeah, this game's going to be real close. Like I said, in the last 10 games, he's went over in 6 of these games. He's had 19, 12, 13, 15, 13. So 10.5 I see to be low. But like I said, those last 2 games, he's had 7 and 5. So I like that he hasn't hit it in the last 2 because this is going to be a big game for these guys. Like I said, a battle here.
Yeah, some extra possessions with the fast-paced, Pacers team. Even though they don't have Halliburton, they still like to get the ball up and down the court with Andrew Nembhard and TJ McConnell being their point guards. So, yeah, I don't mind that play, especially with the pace of the game. So, that's a good pick. And rolling into my second play, I'm gonna I'm gonna cop out for a quick hitter. I'm gonna go to a first quarter.
I like it.
This
Grayson?
guy, no, not Grayson. Grayson's kind of fell off from that little train that he had. He's been every other game now, but his line's still at 3.5. Not gonna pull the trigger on that one, but I'm gonna go with the guy, a young man, the name of Chet Holmgren.
Ooh,
I'm gonna go Chet. I'm gonna go big Chet over 3.5 points in the first quarter at plus 100. Going up against the Pelicans, Chet Holmgren has hit this in 5 straight games, scoring 4, 9, 5, 4, and 7. He likes to, he plays about 7 to 8 minutes in the first quarter, so he goes up in there. He's still going to get his shots. He's not like a 5-minute, 6-minute rotation guy in the first. So I really like the value on this one for only 3.5 points because he don't have to hit a 3-pointer. He just needs 2 buckets regardless. A guy that can get to the free throw line. The Pelicans are 11th in points allowed, but I mean, that whole defensive unit on the Pelicans has to be focused on SGA to get him, under control. A guy that's going to score 30, 35 plus points a night with ease. Chet in their last meeting scored 7 points in 8 minutes. So I really like the value here at 3.5 points, just 2 buckets for a guy that, doesn't shoot a lot of threes, but I mean, he can make some threes. But yeah, 2 buckets at plus money. It's hard to pass up on that, especially if he's hit it in his last 5 and he's 100% in the head-to-head matchup. Chet has kind of been struggling throughout the course of a lot of these games. He's kind of in a slump scoring-wise. He's not off to a hot start like he's been. Like he's scored 8 points, 15, 15, 8, and 17 in his last 5. But, I mean, you got to read between the lines. He does do good in the first quarter. Everyone wants to start off hot and go good in the first quarter to start a game. So I like the value here at even money, 3.5 points for Chet Holmgren going up against the Pelicans. And that'll be my second and final play for this Friday.
I got you. I like this one, Sach. 3.5 seems low for a first quarter. And I like when they put these ones kind of low, especially when you have a guy like Chet who can really do everything just based off his length, his height, how tall he is. He can grab boards. He can shoot the 3-ball, has a great 3-ball shot. He's so lengthy and long. He doesn't get blocked or anything. He can get his shot off.
He can get to the line, maybe 2 cheap free throws.
Yeah, and he's very effective under the rim as well with how tall he is. So at over 3.5 right there, I really like that. I see it to be low, so solid play there. For my last play of this Friday,
and I sniffed out my under, Sach.
I wish. No unders today from ZJ, but usually those are heaters. But I got an over today, and I'm going with this one, because this will be the first game with Doc Rivers, head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks, which I really like. Usually when you see a firing and a new coach come in that next game, there's a huge spike, right? More confidence.
We love a good new head coach in the building.
I love a new head coach because there's always a spike in action. So, of course, I'm going to this Cavs versus the Milwaukee Bucks game. And I'm going with our guy, Damian Lillard, tonight. I'm going with Damian Lillard over 32.5 points plus assist at minus 110. Out of the last 20 games, he has exceeded this in 14 of them when they're at home after a win, and he has been averaging around 36.8 points plus assists per game. Like I said, just love it here. This is going to be another good game. Cavs have a really good defense here, right? There's going to be some lockdown stuff, but it's going to be another dogfight. They're going to have the starters in a good majority of this game. It's going to be a good watch. And like I said, I just love that jump in action and the spike when there's a firing and a new head coach comes in. You tend to see these teams play a lot better offensively, a lot more scoring going on. So again, we're rocking with Dame Lillard over 32.5 points plus assist at minus 110. We'll lock that in.
Ooh, I kind of like that. I mean, I don't kind of like it. I actually really like the points and assists here because the thing is with Doc Rivers, I mean, you look at all of his past teams, Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, James Harden, Joel Embiid. He's a coach that runs a pick and roll every time down the court. He's not afraid to, let everyone get the pass the ball, run the offense a little bit. No, he's going to abuse the pick and roll with him and Giannis, make the Cleveland Cavaliers choose and pick their poison. I like that. I mean, with Adrian Griffin, I knew they weren't running. Fans were really mad because they weren't running the pick and roll as much as they should. I mean, you have two of the best players in the world. Like, you can't go under screens on Damian Lillard. You can't trap. He's just going to pass the ball right over to Giannis when he rolls out through the screen, and Giannis downhill is a nightmare for anyone. So I think Doc's going to utilize at least that aspect of it. You got shooters with Malik Beasley. Honestly, he's a top 3 3-point field goal percentage shooter in the league right now, Malik Beasley. So you have that aspect that Damian Lillard can, kick it at him. So I like the points and assists. Like you said, new head coach, they got to come out firing. Let Dame and Giannis cook the whole game.
Yep,
Don't
let them do their thing.
Get away from, let middle. No.
Yeah.
Just run a pick and roll with Dame and Giannis every time down the damn court.
Which I know Doc Rivers will.
Does that. Doc will.
There.
Yeah, he's done it. He's had great pick and roll players with a big and a good point guard. So I don't see Doc not, at least utilizing that matchup against the banged up Cavs. So
absolutely lock it in, ladies and gents. This is the Bet Champ Show morning edition NBA player props. We've been running so many plays I get confused sometimes. This is the NBA player prop edition of the Bet Champ Show, though. Me and Sach run this show every Monday through Friday at 6:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. We love to get those early lines out to you guys by the time the night comes around, as well as just tune into all the socials, guys, because during the day, Sach and myself run out more plays while lines start to change and everything. Spreads, more player props, halftimes. Sach really likes halftimes, which have been solid. As well as every Monday and Thursday night, you can catch our after-hours show with the fellas. That is 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And tomorrow, Saturday, we are going to have our morning show for the NFL. We're going to get some NFL player props out for these playoff games that will premiere at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So, guys, we're getting all these plays out to you. We want you guys to enjoy the show, have fun, get some action in it, get some skin in the game. We toss all these plays out to you guys for free. We do our analysis. We do the work for you. We're looking deeply into these plays. We invest in these plays ourselves, so we're heavy invested. But, other than that, happy Friday, everyone. Let's go into the week hot. And how you feeling, Sach?
Feeling good. I mean, this is all, just for fun. We do this, to give people a little bit extra money in their pockets. A lot of the gambling world out there is kind of toxic with how much people bet on games. So whether people are betting, $5 a game, $10 a game, or $100 a game, it's supposed to be all for fun. Something to, get us by and to look forward to. So, I tell everyone, don't be ashamed with how much, you're betting. There's no unit shaming here or anywhere. So, like I said, it's all for fun. We put in the work for you guys. We're having a blast, and tune in tomorrow for the NFL show.
Absolutely, guys. Yeah, like Sach said, just have some fun with it. You know, be responsible.
Mhm.
Set out an amount you want to bet you feel like is a smart amount for yourself, you know, based off of your income and everything. So you can't lose more, right? Just do the amount you aren't afraid to lose, a responsible amount. Enjoy your winnings, have some fun, and we'll keep this thing rolling, guys. So that does it for the Bet Champ Show NBA Player Prop Morning Edition. And we'll catch you guys tomorrow for some NFL playoff football picture. Peace.
Later.